In most situations, a police officer must have what the law calls reasonable grounds for suspicion before carrying out a search. This means the officer must have a clear and specific reason based on facts or observations. It cannot be based on a simple guess or personal opinion. For example, police may stop and search someone if the person matches the description of a suspect, if the officer observes suspicious behavior, or if there is intelligence suggesting criminal activity in that area. What the police cannot do is stop and search someone purely because of their race, religion, age, appearance, or the area they happen to be in. Doing so would be considered unlawful discrimination. Special situations without suspicion. There are certain situations where police may stop and search people even without reasonable suspicion. This can happen under special powers such as Section 60, which can be authorized if police believe serious violence may occur in a specific area. When these powers are active, officers can stop and search anyone within that location for a limited time period. These powers are usually used during major events, protests, or situations where authorities believe violence could take place. Even under these special powers, police officers must still follow proper procedures and explain the situation clearly. What police must tell you before searching. Before carrying out a stop and search, police officers must explain important information to you. This rule helps make sure the process is transparent and lawful. The officer must tell you the reason for the search and what they are looking for. They must also provide their name, their police station, and the legal power they are using to carry out the search. If the officer is not wearing a uniform, they must also show their warrant card to prove they are a police officer. You must also be informed that you are being detained for the purpose of a search, and you have the right to receive a record of the search afterward. These requirements are commonly remembered by the acronym Go Wisely, which police officers are trained to follow. Your rights during a stop and search. Even if you are stopped by police, you still have important rights. You have the right to remain calm and ask questions. You can ask the officer why you are being searched, what law they are using, and their identification details. You also have the right to receive a written record of the search. This record includes information such as the time and location of the search, the officer's details, and the reason for the search. Police officers are also limited in what they can ask you to remove in public. Usually they can only ask you to remove outer clothing like a coat, jacket, or gloves. Any more thorough search must take place somewhere private. What happens if you refuse? If the police have legal grounds to carry out the search, refusing may lead to further legal consequences. In that situation, officers can proceed with the search using their lawful powers. However, it is important to understand that being stopped and searched does not automatically mean you are under arrest. You are only detained for the short time required to conduct the search. If nothing illegal is found, you are free to leave once the search is completed. Stop and search powers exist to help police prevent crime and protect the public, but they must always be used fairly and within the law. Knowing your rights helps you stay calm, informed, and confident if you are ever stopped by police. It also helps ensure that police powers are used responsibly and transparently. If you believe a stop and search was carried out unfairly or unlawfully, you have the right to make a complaint through the proper police complaints process. Understanding your rights is one of the most important steps in protecting them.